Thailand's ruling party Bhumjaithai faces bargaining and jockeying soon to form a coalition.
It is on track to win Sunday's election and hold on to power. Now, preliminary results indicate the Conservative Party will take 174 seats in the House of Representatives, not including partyless seats. It's still well short of the 251 for an outright majority. Party leader and incumbent Prime Minister Anutin Charnvirakul has claimed victory, calling it a win for all Thais, whether they voted for Bhumjaithai or not.
And Mr. Anutin believes that Thailand is now in a steady state, promising an even stronger government, one that would also oversee constitutional reforms, as nearly two-thirds voted for it in a separate referendum yesterday.
Bhumjaithai's biggest rival, the Reformist People's Party, has conceded defeat. It's ruled out being in any Bhumjaithai coalition.
For more insight, we are joined by Thitinan of Pongsudhirak, Professor of Political Science and International Relations at Chulalongkorn University. Professor, thank you so much for joining us. So this election was widely expected to build on the reformist surge of 2023, yet instead we're seeing a clear victory for Mr. Anutin and Bhumjaithai. What explains this outcome?
Well, a number of reasons. First of all, this is the first election defeat big time for a reform party. You know, it's not just the People's Party, but before that, there were the Future Forward Party that ran in 2019 and Move Forward Party 2023. Move Forward, the Reform Party, won the election in 2023. So people are looking for the successor party, People's Party, to do the same. But the results have been very opposite, puzzling, and I think thumping victory for the conservative royalist party, the Bhumjaithai. But, you know, this is something that really counterfactual, counterintuitive to a lot of people that are waking up today. I mean, this goes back to 25, 26 years when Thaksin came in 26 years ago. That was also a kind of reform party at that time. So this time, the establishment, the pro-establishment party has clearly won.
Professor, you know, the results right now suggest Anutin can form a government without a deal with his major rivals, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have to, right? He could still, right? Bhumjaithai still needs a few seats. Thai has been keeping quiet. People's Party says no. So who's most likely the party that Anutin will turn to? Is it going to be like an outsider like the Klatam Party?
Yes. Well, you know, going back, I mean, thinking about People's Party, I think Anutin has really benefited from the People's Party support in September to form a government. I think the People's Party base really get upset and disappointed by that. Anutin also has benefited from royalism, from nationalism, the war with Cambodia. So he has momentum now. Likely, you know, the natural ally for him would be Klatam. Klatam is a conservative, run-of-the-mill conservative traditional party, and they're national allies. So both of them enough to have a simple majority, but Anutin needs more than that. So he'll be looking to entice and invite smaller parties, you know, with single-digit MPs to come into the coalition. But the key will be whether he includes the Democrat Party and the Thai Party. I mean, the Thai Party, of course, they've had a lot of conflict with Bhumjaithai, but Thai, if it comes into the coalition, it'll be a very solid majority. Without Thai, without Democrat Party, and without the People's Party, Anutin can still rule with a majority, but it will be a very thin majority and not so stable. So I think that's the key. Will be whether Thai will join Anutin's coalition, whether Anutin includes them.
Professor, you outlined some of the reasons why Thais voted the way they did, but I also want to ask you about Anutin himself. Has he been underestimated by all the other parties? I mean, he's shown himself to be quite a shrewd politician. I mean, he agreed to that deal, first of all, to hold elections this year. He left Thai, he split Thai with Thai, and then he became assertive in the handling of the border situation with Cambodia.
Yes, I think that it looked like he, you know, was not going to be winning this big today. The day after the election, we wake up and his numbers are very strong, over 190. It was supposed to be the other way around. Many people thought, the polls suggested that it was supposed to be People's Party with this kind of number, with this kind of winning margin. So Anutin, I think he's done well to use the budget allocations to really ramp up his constituencies. I mean, he's done well with the nationalism with Cambodia, with the royalism that he has propped up. And overall, I think he had these three technocrats that he's been marketing with, the Commerce Minister Supaji, Foreign Minister Siyasak, and the Finance Minister Igniti. So overall, I think people also, the base of the People's Party, there will be a lot of question marks about what happened to them, but a lot of people also might have voted for stability and status quo rather than the kinds of change and reform the People's Party has been espousing. Maybe people, I think Thais, they want at this time stability, continuity, and working with the devil they know that rather than something they don't know, the devil they don't know.
So that said, Professor, in terms of how Anutin will govern from here, should we expect broad policy continuity from his previous term, or does this stronger mandate give him room to pursue a more ambitious or different agenda?
He hasn't really laid out a ambitious policy agenda or economic reforms. I mean, we've seen the last 4 months of his government as a minority government and now caretaker. We can look at that as a benchmark. I mean, there'll be macro policy stability. A lot of people will be looking at the Deputy Prime Minister Igniti, and he'll probably be Finance Minister as well. He has some ideas about peddling the economy forward. And Supaji, I think, will look in probably more FTAs with the Commerce Ministry. And then Anutin himself, I mean, if you look at the line ministries in the last 4 months, there have been a lot of kind of vested interests and that kind of governance. He hasn't really come up with, beyond handouts and subsidies, a far-reaching economic reform, structural reform agenda with a massive victory now. He has that opportunity, but we'll be looking for some kind of structural reforms from him to get the Thai economy moving again.
Professor Thitinan, we are talking right now as though this is a done deal. Is it? I mean, is it possible that something still can go wrong, particularly when Parliament has to vote for a new Prime Minister?
Unlikely now, because Anutin being a conservative party, he also has the backing of the agencies like the Constitutional Court, the Election Commission. These are agencies that dissolve, that stymied and ultimately dissolve, move forward. So, if you can look at them as kind of referees, they are on Anutin's side. So I think that it's a clear path for him now to form a coalition. It depends how he wants to run it. But these agencies will not stand in the way. Hard to think now that anybody, any agency could obstruct his pathway.
And Professor, voters have backed constitutional reform by a 2/3 majority. But with the reformist parties weakened in Parliament, what happens now to institutional reform, from the military's political role to judicial oversight? Is that off the table?
It'll be slower. I think it'll be more contested, because this is a kind of a contradictory outcome, Julie, if you will. I mean, on the one hand, voters, 2/3 you mentioned, want reform. They want a new constitution. That was the referendum. And a new constitution would set a whole new institutional framework for governance, for transparency, accountability in Thailand. And it's supposed to be a better Thailand with a new constitution, because the one we have now is from the military era. But on the other hand, a conservative party has been elected, which is the Conservative Party is going to slow down and stymie and obstruct any kind of drafting of a new constitution. So we will have to see. There will be a very fierce contest in Parliament about the new constitution, because people want change from the constitution, but at the same time, the Conservative Party has won the election.
So, Professor, can we expect a degree of, if you like, stability and consistency? I mean, we've seen, Thailand go through a fairly turbulent political period. Is it going to calm down a little bit now?
Well, with the Conservative coalition now led by Bhumjaithai and most likely Glatam, we will see stability. I think that we will not see the kind of street protests, military interventions, judicial interventions that have been rocking, shaking up Thai political landscape and bringing in instability, turbulence, volatility over the last 2 decades, in fact. This time with the conservative coalition backed by these agencies and the powers that be, most likely they have a clear path to govern, possibly for the complete term, 4 years. But it depends on what they want to do with Thailand now. The expectations are running high. Even people who voted for them want a better Thailand, want a better future, want more jobs, more income for Thailand to plug back into the global value chains and to start to be competitive again vis-a-vis Vietnam, Indonesia, and so on. So expectations very high, but they have a clear path for the full term, possibly. Very strong coalition. It depends now how they want to run Thailand.
Okay, Professor, we'll have to leave it there for now, but thank you as always for your insight this morning. Thitinan Pongsudhirak, Professor of Political Science and International Relations at Chulalongkorn University.